Hello, Leo, and welcome back to the second part of your reading today, which is going to be the advice from your angels and your guides on how to deal with this situation that you're going through. So let's see, Leo, what's going on with you here? What advice do your angels and your guides have for you today? What advice do your angels have for you today on how to deal with this? Okay, so first card out is the Wheel of Fortune. Then you have the Strength card in reverse, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So right off the bat, the first thing that I'm getting is, I don't know if Leo, you are that energy that was the enabler in that last relationship dynamic, but with the Strength in reverse, I'm getting the feeling that you need to step more into your Leo. If it is you, you need to step more into your strength and start getting a little bit more practical. You've got the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which makes me just feel like you tend to be a giver. I really feel like I'm speaking to the enabler right now in this dynamic. You tend to be a giver, but you also might be an overgiver. And I feel like being that overgiving, you might have felt like you were doing the right thing, but you're being told that you're not really standing in your strength here at this time. You need to maybe be a little bit more practical about the way that you deal with things. Like, it's okay to be, giving and loving and, wanting to be there for everybody, but you also need to think carefully about, like, if your decisions are truly like the wisest thing for you to do. Like the actions that you take, they also need to be grounded somewhere in logic and not just in feelings. Because I feel like a lot of the decisions that you might have made were grounded in too much emotion, which led to enabling somebody around you. So that's the first energy that I'm getting here off the bat. So why is the Wheel of Fortune here for Leo? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for Leo? Let's see. For the advice. The Ten of Pentacles. The Tower. The Tower's in the upright, guys. Okay. So, yeah. The moment of enlightenment, it's coming. It's on its way. The Tower is about to hit. Whatever tower that somebody was trying to avoid here in the general reading, your angels and guides are saying, don't worry, it's about to hit. It's on its way. So this person is not going to be able to avoid a tower from coming down, a foundation from coming down, lies and deceit from crashing down, because we have to remember that it's not us that cause major shifts. It's the divine. It's the laws of the universe. It's the law of duality and, the law of basically restoring balance. So something is definitely coming in here. There's going to be a moment of no turning back is what I just heard. The moment is going to come where you can't turn back anymore. It's like when, like I said, when that rubber band snaps and then it's broken. You can't turn back. You can't fix it. It's just broken. You can't do anything after that. So why is strength here in the reverse here for the advice for Leo? The Lovers and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're definitely, I feel like, coming out of some kind of a fog here. You're starting to see things maybe a little bit more clearly. And then you've got the Three of Wands. So yeah, I'm getting this, like, I mean, the Three of Wands is a card of looking into the future, planning your future usually, but I'm actually getting more of an energy of you looking to the past. I feel you looking back at some kind of a relationship dynamic here and starting to see things more clearly. It's like when like so much time has passed after a situation that you start to look back at it and see things differently, because some of the initial emotions have subsided that you might have gone through. So that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that you might be looking back at some times in your life where you might have made decisions that were weak, where you weren't your strongest, or where you didn't really stand your ground when you should have stood your ground, where you didn't put up a boundary when you should have put up a boundary. I'm feeling like you looking back and realizing like, okay, I should have said something in this moment, or I should have done something in this moment. Like, I feel like that kind of an energy of you starting to see things differently here. Self-reflection is what I just heard. Yeah, you're starting to maybe self-reflect a little bit, or that's what your guides are telling you what you need to be doing, is kind of maybe look back at moments and decisions with the Lovers. It's like, look back at certain decisions that you've made in the past and maybe reflect on if you did the wisest thing in that moment. Did you act out of emotion, or did you act out of logic? Did you do it because it was really the best thing for you? I feel like your guides are telling you that you need to do that if you haven't done that already. Yeah. So what's the Knight of Pentacles here? Okay, you've got the Page of Swords, so you've got a little spy here. And then you've got the Two of Wands. Yeah, the World card. So there is a chapter coming to a close here. It'll come to a close after some kind of information, some kind of online communication maybe, and it'll allow somebody in this situation to move forward. Yeah, I definitely see this energy of like something happening, something shocking that happens, and after that someone is able to like process it and then move forward with new knowledge, being able to look at a situation differently, I guess. So what is this Hangman here? What is this moment of enlightenment here for Leo? Something about someone's occupation, what somebody does for work. What somebody does for work is going to cause some form of enlightenment. Somebody's going to see something from a different perspective, or they're going to realize that they're in a sticky situation, is what I just heard. So what's the Tower? What's this Tower moment here? The Tower moment is when somebody loses their wealth. It's when a man loses their job maybe, or something's going to happen at their work. But you've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So this could be somebody that does have a lot of wealth, does have a lot of money. And then something happens to their occupation. And then, boom, they lose all their money. Okay. So why strength in reverse here? Journey. Yeah, somebody's going to have to move forward. Maybe even with their head kind of hanging lower than it was. Maybe somebody was arrogant in the past. Maybe somebody did have maybe a little bit of an overinflated ego, and whatever is happening here is going to force somebody to have to move forward, but kind of like humble themselves. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling somebody that's going to look back at things that happened in the past, and they're going to have to humble themselves. Yeah. So what's the Seven of Cups reversed? Something to do with a child. So this really could be a parent and a child dynamic here, where I feel like the parent figure is the enabler. And it's going to be looking back, or maybe you're the child and your parent, I don't know, but there's definitely a child here, and I feel like somebody is going to be realizing something about something that happened in the past, maybe the way that they acted in the past. Yeah, I do feel that energy of like a parent figure and a child. And somebody realizing how they enabled their own child to be irresponsible by making them maybe codependent, or just enabling bad behavior in them. That's what I feel. I feel like somebody's gonna have to humble themselves a little bit in that aspect, that they're gonna have to look back and realize, well, you know, I did make decisions based out of wanting to do what's best for me and for my family, but was it really always the best idea? Was it the best course of action, or did I raise a little tyrant? Did I raise a little, you know, did I raise this? Yeah. So what's the Three of Wands here? Or actually, tell me what's the Knight of Pentacles. Expectation. I feel like somebody is in their thoughts here. This card is giving me somebody that is thinking about like how to move forward in a certain direction. They're trying to take a moment to like breathe and pause and think back. I'm getting a lot of energy of somebody sitting there and thinking back on all the times and all of the things, and like almost like, well, if I had done this then, and if I had maybe made that decision. But you know, looking back and kind of stumbling over past decisions and thinking that maybe you should have done things differently, I feel like, you know, you can't turn back time and change anything. And usually, I mean, everybody has free will, but for me, that groveling over the past, in the end, it's just like an invitation to make different decisions in the future. So if you're sitting there and thinking about, well, I should have made a different decision back then, and I kind of regret this, and I wish I had done this differently, that's, I think, a really good step. The first step to doing it differently in the future. So the next time something like that happens, you can make that change that you didn't make in the past, you know? You don't have to be stuck in an old way of doing things. And it's always good to, you know, even like later than sooner, at least you're coming to a realization that, you know, things could have been handled differently. That's what I feel here. So what's the Page of Swords here, this information? Sudden wealth. There's some kind of information coming out about somebody making money. A message of concern in reverse. So it's not a message of concern. Maybe it's a good communication, some kind of good news here about some kind of money, which is going to allow someone else to move forward. Let's see. Or what somebody did for money. I don't know. With this Knight of Pentacles, maybe somebody was expecting some kind of money for something in their occupation. This Ten of Pentacles here. But this person is not getting some kind of money that they thought that they were going to get here with Wealthy Man in reverse. Maybe that's the Tower moment, is somebody looking back and thinking about what they might have done just for money. Because I feel like this is a person that does do things from a heart space a lot, but maybe they let themselves get tempted into some kind of a situation based on material things like finances. And I feel like maybe this person is looking back and thinking like, well, maybe that's not really who I am, but I was tempted into that. It might have something to do with the people that they surround themselves with. I don't know. I just feel somebody that's being like, that's very reflected. I do feel somebody that does think about the things that they do. Like maybe not in the moment, but afterwards they do sit there and think about what happened. And I feel like somebody's not really happy with the way that things went. Yeah. So what's the Hangman here? I can't even believe it. What was I just saying? This person is having a moment of enlightenment and realizing they were tempted into doing something that brings in a tower for them. They were tempted into doing something, and I feel like they were tempted into doing it because of money. Look at this. They were seduced into something because of the money, and now it's like, boo, everything's coming crashing down, and this person is sitting there thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Like, that's what I feel. That's definitely what I feel. Because this is coming out with the Hanged Man. It's like this person is like, oh God, I was tempted. I was tempted. I was tempted into doing something. Yeah. I feel like somebody is in regret here for their choices that they made, because they're realizing it's not working out the way that they thought it was going to. So what's this Tower moment? I can't believe that just came out as the first card, man. The Tower is their choices. I can't even make it up. I can't even believe this right now. The Tower is their choices that they made, man. They're sitting there thinking about the choices that they made, thinking about the fact that they were seduced into doing something and they did not make the right choice. That is the Tower. The Tower is their choices that they made. Yeah. And that's what's bringing in the wheel of their destiny. Wow. Confirmation right there to everything I was feeling. So what's the Strength card in reverse here? Strength in reverse is keys on a ring in reverse. Yeah, somebody might have thought in the past that they had a lot of options, a lot of ways of finagling something, getting out of something. They had a lot of decisions. I feel like this person is realizing, like, they're humbling themselves. Like, it's just, they thought that they could do this or do that. I feel like somebody's starting to realize, like, they didn't make the right decision here. They didn't make the right choice. They didn't make the right choice. They were weak-willed, and they're I just heard it in my mind. It was, or I just felt whatever the angels were trying to tell me, or the guides were trying to tell me, my guides were trying to tell me. It was like their will was like weak, you know. They're like, how should I say this? They weren't like standing like firm, you know. They were swayed easily, weak-willed, like they didn't stand strong on their morals with the choices that they made. So what is this choice that they made here? I feel like that was an accident. What's this choice that they made here with the Lovers? Oh, they made a bad choice. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. They made a really bad choice, and it brought endings to their life. Or this is them ending some kind of a partnership with someone else and saying, I don't want to work with you anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I was tempted, and now I feel I just want to back out of it. Like, I don't know. I feel like that sense of like regret is starting to kick in here with someone. What's the Seven of Cups in reverse? Oh man, yes. Oh, look at this. Coffin and addiction. Something is bringing in endings for this person. They're experiencing endings in their life. But I feel like it's not meant to be a punishment. I feel like, for one, it's meant to be an awakening in this person's life. And for the other reason, I feel like it's to start dismantling these toxic relationship patterns that this person finds themselves in. I feel like the angels and your spirit guides, Leo, if this is you or if this is someone you're attached to, you're dealing with all these endings in your life because Spirit is trying to wake you up to what's happening around you, and that your choices matter. And I feel like this like swept up in a current. I feel like this energy of somebody just being swept up in a current for a really long time, of like just living day to day and not realizing the kind of waters that they're swimming in. And then they start realizing at some point, like, the water is really deep, and it's like, where am I? And then the waves are getting rough, and then somebody's like trying to just get to land, and then everything turns into this horrible current, and they're just like confused, like, when did I get here, and when did it get so rough, and how did it turn into this? And then, but I feel like God and the angels are like doing this to this person intentionally, because they're like, there's a reason why you didn't just get swept up into this. Like, you made conscious decisions along the way that led to you being in this. And I feel like this person is realizing that. And I feel like they want out. They want to get to that point where they're like, they get to the shore and they just breathe and they can just look back. Or maybe that's what they're feeling now, looking back and realizing, like, they were attached to somebody that was very codependent on them. And I feel like in some instances they made decisions, and in some instances they just didn't. They just looked away and they just enabled someone. And even that action of not taking action and not making decisions will bring in towers, because Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling with this person here. It's like someone is starting to realize, like, that the water is, like, just so stormy and dark. And they just don't know when it got to that point. Like with this Three of Wands, I'm getting somebody that's looking back into the past, but also looking into the future at the same time. Like, I don't know, does somebody feel kind of frozen in time right now? Like, it's like everything's starting to catch up with someone here. So what's this Three of Wands here in this advice for Leo? Love call in reverse. Something is not about love. It's not. Or this person is looking back at the situation and realizing, like, they thought that they were acting out of love or doing things out of love, but it was actually just enabling someone's toxic behavior here. I feel like this person is also questioning, like, did I do these things out of love, or did I do them because I was a little boastful? Was I too arrogant? Was I a little high and mighty on my horse? Yeah, I feel like this person got swept up in a current here. And before you knew it, he was like too deep in. What's the Nine of Pentacles? Yeah, somebody thought that something wouldn't change. They were expecting something to, they didn't, or they weren't expecting this here. Expectation, sudden change, shocking news in reverse. I don't know. They thought that they could stop something from changing. They thought that they could stop something. That's what I'm getting. Impending doom is what I just heard. Impending doom. It's giving me that Tower in the reverse again from your general reading of, like, somebody thinking that they could stop destruction, like stop impending doom, and now they're sitting there realizing, like, I feel like everything is about to blow up in my face. This rubber band is about to snap, and they thought that they could, like, hold it off, and then they're like attached to this other energy, that's this other person that's like fueling this tower to come in, and this person feels like, I feel like he feels like he's on this carousel ride, like on a Ferris wheel, and he's already at the top, sitting in the cabin with the other person, and the one person is like, I want to get off of this ride, and the other person is like, no, we're just going to stay up here. Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like one person thinks they can wait it out and avoid something because they always have, they've never had to face consequences, and the other person is like, I just feel impending doom. Like, that's what I'm feeling here. I don't know why. So what's the World card? Photograph. Nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia. Make new memories. Yeah, I feel like somebody knows that something new is afoot. Like, somebody is definitely feeling very sentimental at this time. What's the Page of Swords? Somebody wants to see the world, is what I just heard. Somebody might want to travel the world. They feel like they haven't seen enough of the world. Okay, don't know why I just got that. You've got the Page of Swords here, karmic relationship. So this Page of Swords might be that other page again. you know, that immature young energy. Could be a spy here. The Page of Swords is somebody sometimes seen as somebody that's like a spy. This person is this younger energy is a karmic relationship that brings turmoil, triggers, resentment, and lessons. There was a lesson in this relationship dynamic here between these two people. Yeah, I feel like this page right here is this child energy, this spy energy that might have done something for some kind of money. So what's the Two of Wands here? Last card, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. Once the truth comes out here, things are going to come to light. It's fated. It's fate. It's destiny. And I feel like one of this older energy, this mature energy feels it. He feels that this is destiny. That it's fated, and it's you can't stop God. You cannot stop the divine from bringing in change. You can't. That's the tide. That is the tide of the world, the universe. That's the way, you know, water is ever flowing. You can't stop it. You can't be that arrogant to think that you can control destiny. You can't. And I feel like one person here knows that. And the other person is in denial. And one person knows, I mean, I'm feeling an energy of somebody that just wants to see the world. Look at him holding that world in his hand. He's like, I just want to see the world. I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to do this and that. I don't know. I'm feeling the truth is coming out. Things are going to come to light here. And hopefully this one energy is going to be able to move on here. I feel like I feel like there's a lesson in this. That's what I feel like the angels and guides are saying, is that there's a lot of reflecting going on here, but it's because there's a lesson in this. Now, I don't know if I'm, like I said, speaking to a Leo, speaking to a cross watcher, or just speaking to a Leo that's dealing with these people, but there's definitely a lesson here. And I feel like somebody is waking up to the fact that there's a lesson. And I feel like that's the advice. It's just like, try to figure out what was the lesson in this? What was I supposed to learn? What was I supposed to be awakened to? And what is this change going to bring in for me? You know, change is always painful. So if you feel like you're going through something that's painful right now and life changing, then it's because you might be being taught a lesson for choices that you've made in the past. Or this person is being taught lessons for choices that they made in the past, and they're being forced to kind of reflect back on that. So I guess that is the advice, is to think back about the choices that you've made that might have led you to that point, so that in the future you can just make better decisions and just choose a different path. If this one doesn't feel right to you anymore, then figure out for yourself today, how can I do it differently? You know, what can I do different tomorrow to make better choices for my life, you know? So that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope this helped, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.